بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
والشمس وضحاها
By the sun and its brightness,
والقمر إذا تلاها
and by the moon when it follows it,
والنهار إذا جلاها
and by the day when it displays it,
والليل إذا يغشاها
and by the night when it conceals it,
والسماء وما بناها
and by the sky and he who constructed it,
والأرض وما طحاها
and by the earth and he who spread it,
ونفس وما سواها
and by the soul and he who proportioned it,
فألهمها فجورها وتقواها
and inspired it with discernment of its wickedness and its righteousness.
قد أفلح من زكاها
He has succeeded who purifies it,
وقد خاب من دساها
and he has failed who instills it with corruption.
كذبت ثمود بطغواها
Thamud denied their prophet by reason of their transgression,
إذ انبعث أشقاها
when the most wretched of them was sent forth.
فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها
And the messenger of Allah said to them, "Do not harm the she-camel of Allah or prevent her from her drink."
فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها
But they denied him and hamstrung her. So their Lord brought down upon them destruction for their sin and made it equal upon all of them.
ولا يخاف عقباها
And he does not fear the consequence thereof.
All right, let's jump right into one of the most beautiful and honestly powerful chapters in the entire Quran, Surah Ash-Shams, which means the sun. It's pretty short, but wow, does it pack a punch. It takes us on this wild journey from the massive scale of the universe all the way down into the deepest parts of the human soul. So let's get into it. So right out of the gate, the chapter hits us with this immense, powerful oath. This isn't just a casual mention. It's a command to pay attention. We're being told to really consider the sun, not just as a ball of fire in the sky, but in its absolute blazing glory. This is how you know something incredibly important is about to be said. And that is the big question, right? The mystery we're going to try and unpack here. Because the chapter weaves together these huge cosmic things, the sun, the moon, with the most personal, intimate part of us, our soul. So what's the connection? Why mention them in the same breath? Well, that is the core question this surah is here to answer. To get to that answer, the surah kicks off with a whole series of oaths. And in this kind of Arabic poetry, when God swears by creation, it's like saying, hey, listen up. What I'm about to tell you is as real and as significant as the sun itself. The entire universe is being called to the witness stand. So it all starts here with the sun, the source of our light, our warmth, our life. By swearing by it, the tone is set right away. It's about brilliance, clarity, and undeniable power. It's a really strong way to begin. And then, right away, you get its counterpart, the moon, which follows the sun and reflects its light. This immediately introduces this idea of a perfect sequence, a natural, flawless order to the universe. It's like they're in a perfect cosmic dance. And the O's keep rolling. But now they introduce this really powerful idea of duality. First by the day, which shows us the world. It reveals everything in its glory. And then by the night, which does the opposite. It conceals it, wrapping everything in shadow and mystery. This contrast between revealing and concealing, light and dark, That's a huge theme that we're going to see again when we get to the soul. It's like the camera just zooms way out, you know? Now we're asked to think about the sky, the heavens above us, and its incredible, perfect structure. The sheer scale of what we're witnessing is just getting bigger and bigger, really building up a sense of awe.
And just as quickly, we zoom right back into our own turf, the Earth, spread out wide beneath our feet. So, let's recap. We've got the sun, the moon, day, night, the sky, and the Earth. The entire observable universe has been brought in to testify. But to testify to what?
And this is the pivot point. After all those mind-blowing cosmic oaths, the real subject is finally revealed. And it's not another planet or galaxy. It's you. It's me. It's the human soul. All of that cosmic grandeur was just to show us how heavy, how significant this topic really is.
So the final oath is by the soul itself, the nafs in Arabic. And get this, notice the language, the proportion and order given to it. Just like the sun and the moon have a perfect order, the surah is telling us that the human soul is also created with this incredible, innate balance and perfect design. And wow, this just perfectly nails the human condition, doesn't it? The verse says God basically breathed into the soul an awareness of two different potentials. On one hand, it's fujur, which kind of means its capacity to just burst forth and break all the rules, and on the other hand, it's taqwa, that deep awareness of God that makes you want to do the right thing. The potential for both, to go wrong or to do right, is literally built into us. So here's the bottom line. The answer to all those epic oaths is a super clear statement about what it means to succeed or fail in life. Real success, true flourishing, belongs to the person who purifies their soul, the one who leans into that taqwa. And complete failure, that's for the person who corrupts it, buries it, and lets it get tarnished, the one who gives in to fujur. Okay, so to really hammer this point home, the surah shifts gears. It goes from this big, universal principle and zooms into a very specific, real story from history. It tells us about the people of Thamud to show us exactly what choosing that path of corruption looks like and where it leads. And their story is this super quick, tragic downfall. First, just out of pure arrogance, they rejected their prophet. Second, they were given a very clear warning, a simple test that revolved around a special she-camel. Third, in an incredible act of defiance, the worst guy among them went and killed the camel anyway. And finally, the consequence was immediate and absolute. They were completely destroyed. They chose corruption, and they failed, utterly.
I mean, this was the warning. You can't get much clearer than that, right? Their messenger laid out the choice for them in plain sight. This wasn't some complicated theological puzzle. It was a simple, direct instruction. Their defiance wasn't a mistake. It was a deliberate choice to cross a line.
All right, let's pull all these threads together. We've gone from the cosmos to the soul to a stark history lesson. So what's the final message of Surah Ash-Shams when you boil it all down? It comes down to this: two paths. After all the poetry, all the oaths, all the history, it points to this single, fundamental choice. There's the path of purification, of nurturing the soul so it can grow and flourish. That leads to success. And then there's the path of corruption, which literally means to bury or hide the soul in darkness, stunting its growth. And that leads to failure. Simple as that. And that's where the surah leaves us, with this massive question staring us right in the face. The entire universe has been brought in as a witness to how important our inner world is. So the choice is ours. Are we going to be people who purify and nurture our souls, or people who corrupt and bury them? It's laid out as the most important choice we will ever make. And then the surah closes with this final, incredibly powerful, almost chilling line. It says that when that justice comes, God has no fear of the consequences. It's a statement of absolute authority, a reminder that the consequences of our choices are real and final. Just a profound, heavy thought to end on, reminding us that the cosmic order isn't just about stars and planets, it's also about justice.